Hi everybody, it's Em from D.I.Y and so today's video I am working with berry molds. So I got like a strawberry mold here, so they're just sort of halves. I just wanted to get halves for the strawberries because I actually have whole strawberries. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Hold on, I'm just going to show you guys some stuff. One sec. So I have some whole strawberries that I purchased online. You can make these yourself as well, maybe with similar methods that I'm using. Yeah, so I have this. Ooh, it's got a really pretty ribbon. I didn't even notice that. So I have these. They're kind of sort of realistic looking. Oh, I also have cherries that I purchased for my cake boxes that I'm hoping to make soon enough. I think they're pretty realistic too. So yeah, so I have like a strawberry half right here, and then I have this one is, these are blueberries. It's hard to see what's what. You can probably see like a tiny, there you go. You can sort of see a little bit of detail there. So there's that. And then this is, it's really hard to see this too. These are, because it's caved in a little bit, but these are raspberry. This is a raspberry mold. Okay, I kind of got a little confused in the video when I was doing it. You'll see. So anyways, I was using these molds to make berries, but I didn't really feel like using resin because resin is super toxic, guys. I don't know if you know this about resin. Some people know about this. Some people don't seem to know anything about this. So I'm here to tell you resin can be highly toxic. We're talking it can kill people if you're not safe with it. It used to scare people, I think, when I was working at the art store. Some people were okay with it after they were done talking with me because I would tell them all about resin and how to use it and stuff like that. But then there were some people that were like, it sounds too toxic for me, I'm going to stay away from it. And I'm like, it's probably for the best. So use it as safely as possible. I would say if you're going to use it at all, get like a hardcore mask, even gloves, and also I highly recommend being in a highly ventilated area. So I'm asthmatic, I don't like to use resin all that much. If I can get away with not using it, that's basically what I'm going to go for. So, but if I really have to, then maybe I will, and I'll try to use the safest possible resin that I can potentially find. So anyways, to get around all of that, I use glue sticks for this video, and you will see me using a lot of the red. I had to actually purchase some more. I should probably get some more blue and stuff like that if I want to do more blueberries and things. Anyways, I'm just going to introduce the video because this is getting pretty long already, so on to the DIY.
So I ended up getting colored glue sticks for this project, and I thought hopefully this will work. We'll see. I've never actually done this before, so there's this that you need for this project. You also need for this project some molds. So what I ended up getting was this strawberry half mold, which I have regular strawberries, but the halves really work, I think. They're really helpful. And these are like little raspberries as well. Oh, and this one's a blueberry, but I think I'm just going to do mainly the raspberries and the strawberries. And then I divided up all the different glue sticks by color. I have, as you can see, like I had another package just in case I run out of the colors that I need, but I basically want this color. I guess I could use this for the blueberries as well if I wanted to do the blueberries too. So there's that. So I'm going to use maybe these colors for these fruit pieces. And then I also have, this is my old glue gun. Normally I use clear glue, so this might get really messy. And then there's this guy, and normally it gets pretty glued up. But if you don't really feel like doing that, you can always use wax paper, parchment paper. I say wax paper because it's like a little bit slipperier. So that might get the glue off if you need to peel it off, but you can also just toss this out if you want to. It doesn't really matter. But it's like a heat-proof thing anyways, so hopefully that'll catch the drips and stuff, but also when you're taking all the clear glue out and stuff like that, because I'm going to take this out. Oh, I guess I can't, can I? Uh-oh, is it in there? Yeah, I might have to heat it up and then like take it out. I'll do that right now. So just wait for this to heat up and then maybe I can release this clear glue stick here. There, I'll just use these as weights. Yeah, so I recently purchased like a new glue gun, and I think it'll really help because it has like a specific thing to stand on. I'll show you that in another video, I'm sure, at some point in the future. So is this going to come out? There we go. So, whoops. What I want to do is I want to start off with the strawberries. And we'll try to get this clear hot glue out first and see what happens. And then I'll try to fill these strawberries here. Okay, so it started heating up enough to get this clear glue out. And we'll just toss this away when we're done with it. Oh, there we go. Now the red's coming out. Okay, cool. It's a little stringy, which is kind of annoying. Maybe I need a better glue gun. Thank God. A new glue gun's coming soon. I'm just gonna get some toothpicks too, just to control this a little bit better. Gotta do things on the fly sometimes. Whoa, this is not as nice as I thought it was going to be. It's really clumpy. Let's try another one through here. I think if you're using resin, obviously it's way more toxic than this stuff and not as hot, obviously, normally. And it's probably going to be a lot more even. Whoa, the strings are real, guys. This is insane. Here, let's try to press it down with this wax paper. Let's see. Well, that first one, anyways, that was a disaster. I'm barely gonna see this in the cake because I think it's gonna be tucked away mostly, so you're gonna see some of it, but hopefully once it dries we can pop it out and it's not so bad. And it should dry pretty quickly enough to like pop it out fairly soon after this dries here. Here, we're gonna do another red glue stick here. It's really stringy, which is weird. Maybe it's just my glue gun because it's kind of hot the biscuit. I'm kind of glad that I ordered a new one that's coming soon enough. Anyways, there's glue string realness, guys. I'm gonna actually use this on the raspberries and see what happens. It looks like they fill up pretty easily. I mean, I guess I could use this too for like the blueberries. They could just be like another type of berry or something. This red, just a lot of glue string, which you pretty much have to deal with when you're crafting with most glue sticks. Let's see how these, like if they turn out like berries or something, how these blueberries will turn out. Maybe it'll be like, it'll look like currants or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll switch over to like something that looks like a blueberry color. Maybe just like dark blue. It's like it looks black on camera, but it's actually like a dark blue. Maybe I'll get a couple red berries out of this. Let's get that into the crevices of some of them. Oh, here we go. I think some blue coming out. No, I think it's still red. Okay, so I might just make a bunch of red berries. That's okay. All right, so I'm just gonna let those cool off and dry for now, and then I'll take off all this string stuff, and then yeah, I'll try to reveal them soon enough because some of them are probably dry soon enough. So I took some of the stringies off. There's some still kind of on there, but they're still a little warm, but I think most of these are pretty much dry, so you can sort of see the detail of some of them. Oh, this one's a mess. This is the first attempt. That's gonna be an interesting one. I guess I could heat it down again and melt it to try to fit in there again. I'm not sure. This one looks a little bit better. I think I need to just take some sort of scissors or something and like kind of cut off these weird edges. Oh, this one doesn't look that great either. This one's like a bigger one, so this one was kind of hard to do. So let's see if these ones turn out. Are these the... I think those are the blueberries, so let's try the raspberries first and see how they turned out. Oh, these actually look cute. These actually look like little raspberries. Again, I have to clean up this bottom part, but these would be cute to top something off. This one didn't really work out. Probably didn't get in there enough. This one, again, I don't know. I feel like this one turned out the best. This one's okay. If you look at it straight on, it's not that bad. It's just, you really have to do a lot of cleaning on the bottom part. Yeah, this one's just a very, very small one. Yeah, okay, so this one, I think, I was getting near the end, and I just didn't fill this one up enough. No. It's getting there. They look like little tiny tomatoes almost. Did this one turn out at all? This one looks like it's the most full. So maybe these guys would look good if I did the blue ones. We'll try the blue, because like it's already in the glue gun right now. So I'll put these aside for now. Let's see if any blue comes out of this. It's like a lot hotter. I think you need to like let this heat up quite a bit so that it comes out a lot better. Put that aside, and then I'm gonna make some blackberries. They're gonna be small blackberries, but hopefully these will look really cute though. I'm gonna try putting some red through here again and try to finish this off. Okay, so they're a little stringy still, but they're not as bad as like the first round. Let's see what happens with this. I think the red's starting to come out. Okay, you can paint this too. Like if I don't like the blue color, you could always paint it with some sort of acrylic or something. So it's not a big loss if I don't like the color of this and how it turns out. Let's do that. think this is just a really hard mold to do because the gun has to be pretty hot, I think. But also, like, I probably need a bigger glue gun for stuff like this. Bigger glue gun and bigger glue sticks. Because I think this guy's working overtime right now. Sorry, little glue gun. I don't mean to put so much pressure on you. Wow, why is it looking pink now? Oh, did I get a pink one by accident? I may have gotten a pink one by accident instead of a red one. Strawberries have pink insides, right? I don't think I meant to do that. It's okay. Looks like a bit of a mess, but that's okay. Maybe I can paint over some of this. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe I'll leave it now. Okay. All right, let's let that dry. Okay, so let's do this reveal. I still have a lot of string things on here, but let's just take these out. Oops. Well, that one just popped right out. I think when you clean them up, they're not so bad. I'm gonna try to clean it with the scissors. So the string stuff is gone. It just looks like a very tiny blueberry. So anyways, let's try the others. This one looks like a little bit, I don't know. Let's see, like a rotten one. It has character, I guess. This one has character. It looks like it's withering a bit, which is interesting. Not the best. No, I'm not really in love with these blueberries. Maybe they'll look good on top of something when the bottom of the part's hidden. I don't know. Oh, these guys, I don't know. I thought I filled them up to the brim, but sometimes they look like they don't fully go all the way to the top. Okay, so that's the one that was red at first and then it started going blue at the bottom. That actually looks kind of better than the other berries, I think. No, this one's, I don't know, it looks a little more realistic because I guess it has almost like two-tone colors. So that's kind of neat. Not on the bottom. It doesn't look realistic on the bottom, but because it's almost like a translucent medium, you can sort of see, you can see the difference, I think, right? Like it looks more realistic with the darker color on the bottom, I think. That's kind of interesting. Okay, cool. That was an interesting experiment. This one, okay, I didn't fill it up all the way, so it's basically just the top of one, which again might be fine if I just pop it in some faux icing or spackle. It might look fine because it'll look like it's just sinking in there. Oh, I see. So these ones are actually like the raspberries. That's why they look so textured. Okay, so they're supposed to look like blackberries, which I don't think that they do. But yeah, these blueberries look okay. They weren't full to the top, so that one's kind of cool. That one looks more, I don't know if you guys can see very well on the camera. Can you see that? Sort of looks semi-real. So these guys are still kind of warm, but they're not too bad. So this one, it looks just like a really blue strawberry. I kind of like the detail of this one more than the actual strawberries. So maybe I'll just paint that one up. I don't know. This one's kind of cool, kind of neat. Whoa, this is a weird looking one. Let's just sort of cut around the edges of this and see if it looks any better. No, it does not. So this is kind of a disaster idea here. And this is probably a disaster too. Let me see, because it looks really bad. Yeah, this was not the greatest. Well guys, this was an interesting little experiment to say the least. And I'll probably be doing a bunch on my own, and maybe I'll show you if anything turns out. I'll show you maybe a different method or something. But I feel like it turns out the best when the gun is really heated up. There you go. So these are all the the weird berries that some of them turned out, some of them didn't. Still need to play around with this and fix my technique. Okay, so I tried to use up some of this pink and then switched back to the red. And I also didn't fill up this all the way. I kind of left almost like a concave thing happening, but I tried to get the edges the most because it doesn't really matter if I get the whole thing. These molds are just so big and it's really hard to heat up the glue stick with my particular glue gun because I got my glue gun like forever ago at the dollar store. So when I just needed a glue gun, that's why I'm getting a new one. So, but I just want to sort of see how these turned out. Okay, well, that's interesting. I think these are the raspberry ones. If they turn out at all, I'm probably just going to paint them. So I don't really care if these are pink raspberries or whatever. Okay, that actually looks interesting because I was able to actually fill this up all the way, and that looks much better, I think, filled up. So on top of something, I think that would look really cool. So I think take your time if you're doing something like this because it's easier to get get all the details and stuff like that and try to fill up some of the molds as much as you can so you can get as much detail as possible. But yeah, I think once I paint that, I think that'll look kind of neat. So those ones turned out a little bit better. I think those would look nice once I cut them off too. Let me see if these guys turned out. These were the, oh, this had a little bit of blue still in it. That one turned out weird. This was like the blueberry one. Let's see if any of the other ones turned out like that. Well, that one's kind of nice. This one always seems to turn out pretty good. It's like a good shape, I think. I'm gonna paint these ones blue anyway, so it's not like a big deal either. Okay, okay. Yeah, so I tried to fill these as much as possible. It's kind of weird because it has this weird, almost like a mushroom situation happening. So anyways, but because I filled them to the, like all the way to the top, at least I have more to play with. I can cut that off. Hopefully that'll be okay. These guys I think are dry now. They're a little warm still, but let's try them out. Okay. Again, this will look nicer once I cut everything off, I think. That one is the best one so far. Everything else looked really bad in that second mold there. This one is like the hardest one to fill. And this one I did first, I think, with pink. Didn't look fully amazing, but I think if I paint this one too, this one might look alright. I just need to have the sides showing for like a cake. I'm probably just gonna paint a little bit maybe on the side that looks the best. So okay, that's not too bad. Basically, it's very tedious, this particular project. So that looks kind of cool. I kind of like that. That one looks a little more strawberry-like. They kind of look like real strawberries. But these ones, these two, those ones are pretty good. I think those ones turned out pretty well. These scissors are like, this is not what I meant for. Take your time with cutting. That one looks really cool. If you just sort of cut off this part, this totally looks a little like a raspberry. But yeah, if I got some bigger ones, I could make some really cool blackberries, I'm sure. So these didn't turn out amazing, but like they're not bad if you put them in some sort of fake cupcake icing or whatever. Yeah, these ones turned out okay. They're not too bad, but I'm sure I could do better if I keep going, you know? So I'm gonna see if I can show you guys what I did here. I'm gonna try to slowly, yeah, I'll try to speed things up if I can. Sort of looks like jam, so I feel like if you ever did some sort of fake little cookies, I think this would be like a really, really great jam center, as long as you get all the strings off. That's kind of glue gun projects for you though, I guess. Let me know if you figured out a way to not have the glue gun strings all over the place. And again, you don't want to fill this all the way to the top. At least I'm not going to, because I'm going to be sticking this inside a fake cake. I just want some of the strawberries peeking out, so I kind of wanted strawberry halves specifically for this project. So I think if you get bigger ones like this, I'm gonna put another one in just in case here, you're definitely gonna benefit from filling this part up here. And again, you don't have to use these glue sticks. It's kind of a tedious thing, but again, it dries really quickly, so you can make a bunch real fast. The only problem is they only give you so many reds in a package. If I could get like a whole package of just red, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I'll just probably paint it. Hopefully these ones will be fairly successful strawberries. I'll let those guys cool. I'm gonna do some raspberries out of it. Just put a little bit of dab on top each of them, just to give them something to hold on to. Just gonna let those guys cool, and then we will hopefully reveal them. So these have cooled a little bit, still slightly warm, but I feel like I can pop these out, so it's not too bad. Okay, so something happened here again, but most of it's pretty good, but I'm gonna probably end up just showing this side anyway, so that's not that big of a deal. This one always seems to turn out really well. That's pretty good. Now, the last one is always, this one's always the hardest because this is a big one. Oh, this one turned out actually pretty good. Yeah, really like that one. That was awesome. That looks great. And these guys are still kind of warm, so I'm just gonna like trim up the edges here. Oh, look at that. That one's great. That one actually looks really cute. I don't know. I find whatever one you do first, it normally doesn't seem to go very well because I think it needs to heat up quite a bit in order to turn out nicely. But it still looks okay because we sort of were patient with the heat up process. At least I was. Wow, look at those. Those are cute, right? A lot of trial and error can sometimes turn into something really, really cute once you figured things out and you master it, right? Okay, yeah, we're a little more patient with this. This one's kind of a small, very small little raspberry. There we go. Okay, this is another small one. This is a little bit bigger than this one, but this one's not bad. This one actually turned out quite nicely. I'm getting much better at this, I think. I think I just need some patience. I was doing it too quickly before. And yeah, this one turned out really cute too. This is a good one. This one's a pretty big one. There you go. So pretty. So those are the strawberries, and these guys here are the raspberries. Anyways, there you go. So there's a few different berries that you can make with these molds, and I think that they look really super adorable. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that tutorial.
So that's basically how you make, and obviously that was a lot of trial and error for me because that was like the first time ever doing it. And most of the time I shoot these things for the first time and I haven't done any of it before when I first start these videos. So if problems happen and arise, I will try to show them to you guys, just because when you do things for the first time, it's very rarely like, sometimes it goes smoothly, most of the time it doesn't, I find. So I just want to show you guys that sort of stuff. But I put them in these little jars. They kind of look like little jam jars, which is cute because these are little berries and stuff. But yeah, I have them in here. So there's like a little strawberry. Oh, let's see if it matches these strawberries. I think it's a little redder. It's not too bad. And again, you can always paint these sort of things too if you really want to. You can even paint this stuff with like some sort of acrylic, or there might be another kind of paint that you prefer to use, but I find acrylic normally sticks to a lot of different surfaces. So yeah, they're quite shiny. If you really wanted to as well with acrylic, you could probably add little tiny seeds or something like that. I don't know if I'm gonna go that route. I was thinking about it and then I was like, I mean, they didn't do it with these guys, and honestly I don't really want it to be that realistic. You know, I don't want some kid to like pick it up and be like, ooh, I want to eat this, you know? I'm sure they will anyways, but they look like seedless strawberries or something. Anyways, they're kind of like, they're hollowed out on this side. They're pretty hollow. So I didn't use that much glue after a while, like over time. There are some that are a little bit more full, I guess, looking than others. Anyways, I really think that they look so cute in these little jars. It's just really cute decor too. Like if you really want to make like a bunch of these are like the raspberries and blueberries, which I'll probably end up just using for like the toppings of cupcakes or something. I don't know if I'm gonna do them on some sort of cake. I could, but it really depends on what you want to do. So you can even put them on fake ice cream, fake, it doesn't have to be like a cake like I'm doing. It could be like fake tarts, fake froyo or whatever. There's lots of different things you can make that's fake. So little fake squares, lots of different things you could do. So some of them obviously sort of, I want to say screwed up, but I feel like with a lick of paint this won't be so bad. I had like a few that were not jar worthy. They were just like not my faves. They just turned out looking kind of weird. I don't know, like what the heck is that? I don't. Some of them were a mess, as you can see at the beginning. You learn as you go, right? And I feel like I made quite a few. If I didn't feel like I made enough, I've got more glue here, so I can make some more later. And again, I can paint some up if I want to. Even some of these gross looking ones, they look kind of rotten or something happened to them. So I'll paint those up at some point. So yeah, anyways, if you ever really want to make like berry toppings and things like that for your cakes or any kind of fake desserts and stuff like that, I'm going to try to put the links down below to the cherries and the strawberries and things like that I purchased, if I can find them. Also, I'm going to link the colored glue sticks that I found as well. I'm also going to link, hopefully, if I can find them, a lot of these sort of things that I found on Etsy. I'm really hoping I can. And maybe even some of these jars, if you guys are interested in the jars. I think that's all I really used for this video. It was a pretty simple project once you get the hang of it. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna take off, but before I go, please, if you really like this content, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you think somebody else is gonna like it too, please share these videos. Anyways, take care, guys. I hope you have a good one and stay happy and healthy, okay? Bye, guys!